Ladies and gentlemen, today here, this is the King Boy channel, and today here we're talking about best F-150 from 2000s all the way to present day, pretty much. So that's gonna be 10th gen, 2000 all the way to 14 gen now. And this video is basically me explaining information about what is the best overall F-150 to modify. As you know, I got a Ford, I got 11 gen. But this is no bias review. This is the honest truth. This is not facts. You know, some people may not agree with me. Some people may agree with me. This is basically my opinion. But from being around Fords in general, not the F250, but just the F150, just being around the F150s, this is what I have gathered right here. The information on these trucks right here. And this video right here is basically me explaining which one is the best in my overall opinion. I know a lot of people may like have their preferences. But I just wanted to make this video right here. I see y'all like watching my informational video, and comment down below if y'all still want me to continue to make video about information and stuff like this. So let's get to it right here. All right, starting off, we're gonna go to the oldest to newest. So starting off with the oldest truck, the 10th gen. Some people call it the round nose F-150, round body F-150. Different names I don't heard. Here's what I gotta say on the round body F-150. In my personal opinion, the round body F-150 is probably one of the ugliest F-150 of them all. In my personal opinion, the round body F-150 is a very reliable truck. They came out with the 4.62 valve, 5.42 valve. There's a lot of aftermarket support for them. I know they make rough country 5 to 6 inch lift. They also torsion bar lift. So a lot of time when you hear people talk about when they have a Chevrolet, they talking about I'm using 4 keys. They usually talking about the keys to come off this body style, the 10th gen F-150. Because if y'all didn't know, the 10th gen used torsion bars on the forward drive. So the 10th gen, in my opinion, the pros and cons of this truck is really, mainly the pros is it's very reliable, man. The 2 valve, then the 5.4 and 4.6 are very reliable engines. I mean, the only downside with these engines that I know of, or really with this body style right here, is that the interior is not that. The interior is kind of basic. I mean, it's good for the time. I mean, early 2000s, most vehicles were kind of plastic in a way. But I think the main pros really is the reliability. Now, the one thing about this truck, they're bad about shooting spark plugs out. They had an issue with these body style, I think in the older 2000s with the PI heads and stuff. They had an issue with it wasn't threaded all the way in. If y'all didn't know, when I went to scraping, mine's actually got an engine, because my F-150 11 gen is a 4.6. Technically, it's got an updated version of this motor, the 4.6 in this body style, and they are bad about shooting the spark plugs out. Mine actually shot a spark plug out going to Biloxi and scraping the coast this year, so it's definitely still carrying in the 2 valves. But as long as you keep checking on your spark plugs, stuff like that, nothing really wrong with the truck. I mean, it's got a 4R70 transmission. I mean, it's not 6-speed or 10-speed, but hey, it's still pretty good. I think it's, in my personal opinion, I think it's better than a lot of the transmission out there, especially for this age. But this is a very reliable truck. But my main downside with the 10th gen is they don't really, you can fix them up, but you pretty much have to do everything. The only guy, there's a few people. I had a friend that had a 10th gen that was built real nice. Also, y'all may follow a guy named called Cruising Ramel. He's got a white one. It's probably one of the best looking 10th gen I don't seen. But far as 10th gen, the con is they shoot spark plugs out. They kind of ugly, and also their fire lug. I didn't really understand why the older F-150s had fire lug wheels too, but in this body style right here, but simply because it's a fire lug wheel, it's kind of hard to find wheels for this body style. Like a lot of your some of your older wheels are dual drill, so they're Chevrolet N4 butt pattern. And being that it's a fire lug, none of them wheels fit, so it's kind of hard to find wheels for this. They don't have as many options as they do with the 6 lug, on the Chevrolets and the Fords. But that's really my main con. I would probably put this though for looks wise, because I really don't like the way these trucks look. Some people, I feel like for them year models right there, I would rather go with a Dodge and a Chevrolet, especially like the round nose like my brother got. I mean, I think round nose body style, the cat eye was kind of like king in them year models right there. But That's my personal opinion on the 10th gen. It's a very reliable truck. They just don't really have much aftermarket support for it. So that had to put it down on my list because the aftermarket support on the next F150s, obviously is gonna go up. Now the 11th gen, that's my body style. Y'all know I'm gonna show a picture right here on the top of me right here on the side of 11th gen, my body style. In my personal opinion, I really love this body style. Like the way it looks. It's also strut. It doesn't run. They got rid of the torsion bar setup, so that's when Ford kind of started advancing in technology and started putting, strut lifts, coilovers like that. And with strut lifts, the trucks are more bigger. You take a 6-inch torsion bar versus a 6-inch strut lift truck. Obviously, the 6-inch strut lift truck is gonna sit a little bit bigger. It's easier to make more big. You can stack lifts, which I don't recommend stacking lift, but you can technically stack lift with the 11 gen on up. They also had the 470 in it, and so the basic transmission, basic 4-speed, not the best but not the worst. Pretty good transmission, my personal man. I really ain't had no issue with it. But y'all already know on 11 gen, my personal opinion. If you can afford the 12 gen, I will go with the 12 gen. Because the 11 gen is by far the most unreliable truck. I would consider the 11 gen, next to a 6.0 Power Stroke as far as reliability. Probably next to, maybe even worse than that. Nah, it's pretty close. Next to a 6.0 Power Stroke. This engine right here, from 2004 to 2007, really, they had major issues. Especially the 543 valve. The 4.62 valve was actually a good engine. I mean, it's based off the 10th gen, so it really didn't have many problems. That's what mine got, and that's the reason why I don't really have many issues with mine. But the 543 valve is probably one of the worst motors ever made. Cam Fraser issues, spark plugs breaking off. I mean, you call it timing chain guards breaking, not holding the oil pressure. It's reeked with issues. I'm gonna say the 11 gen is so unreliable. The 543 valve in 2004 to 2007 is so unreliable that if you were to buy that truck and they say this truck got 0 miles on it, by the time you hit 200,000 miles, you probably be ASE certified and everything. And I'm talking about master mechanic, shop foreman. Like, if you ain't a mechanic and you buy 11 gen, there's a 543 valve, and it's a 2004 to 2007, really more close to 2004, 2005, especially. By the time you made it 200,000 miles, you be a mechanic. You be able to open up your own business and work on Ford. Like this, everything happens with this. When the engine goes down, it's rigged with problems. Everybody know that the 11 gen is really, the 11 gen really will earn the name Found on Road Dead, in my opinion. And that in the 6.0 Power Stroke, but that's another topic for another day. It just have a lot of issues. In 2008, they fixed everything. They fixed the cam phaser issues. They fixed the spark plug. They had a single spark plug now, so it didn't break off. Still, in my opinion, not as good as the engines that we're gonna talk about on up in the video, but it had a lot of issues. And I had to say 11 gen is, I don't know, it's one of the major pros on this truck though I do like with 11 gen is it looks good. The interior is just a little bit better. Six love made a huge difference because now you can run dual drill wheels and stuff. So you got a familiar with your it's got a 7.8 and they got a dual drill wheel. You can most likely get a bit fitted with a Ford because Ford 6 love, now you got more option for wheel. They have more lift kits for wheel. Like they got rough country, Ford throttle, super lift. I think Skyjacker, Zone, BDS, and some other brands I might not be talking about. I may have mentioned, but they got a lot of major brands for the truck. There's a lot of aftermarket support for the truck too, and so that's the reason why I like the 11 gen. But if you're gonna get 11 gen, in my personal opinion, and I'm telling you from the honest of the bottom of my heart, get a 4.62 valve. Do not get the 543 valve. I'm telling you, if you're not a mechanic, if you don't know how to work on cars, don't get this. Really just skip over this body style because you gotta have some sort of mechanic skills to work on this body style. It's going in. When it tears up on you, it tears up. I hate this. I'm a Ford guy. I love Ford there, but that's one of the major issues. This 11 gen's got a lot of issues, especially with 3 valves. 2 valves, you don't have it. On the issue I have 2 valves, the intake and spark plug issues, like shooting them out the block. But other than that, I haven't had any issues. My truck got over 250,000 miles, so it's still kicking pretty strong right now. But 3 valve, everything pretty much. It's like a guy I want to talk to one time, and I asked him, I was like, what you got done in your vehicle? He said, I got everything. So that reminded me of pretty much 3 valve, everything. I mean, it's just shit. I mean, it's not a good motor. Going on to 12 gen. 12 gen is when Ford pulled itself out of the gutter and realized, like, okay, we need to do better. If you're gonna get a 12 gen, do not get a 2009 or 2010. Those got 3 valve motors in it. They're all better motors because they fixed the issues, but they're nowhere near as better as a Gen 1 Coyote in the 2011 and all. 2011 was actually 2010. They started putting 6-speed in Ford in the F150s, but in 2011 they had a 6-speed with a Coyote behind it. Night and day difference in power. Night and day difference. Way more power, way more torque, way more aftermarket support, way more reliable. Also, 12 gens got more aftermarket support. Also, 6-lug wheel, rear ends better, etc. 6-speed transmission's better. 2011, 2014 F150s are all the way around better truck. And you also got a few more options on lifts and stuff. But really, a 12 gen F150 is basically 11. I always seen it as 11 gen F150, but a different body on top of the frame. It's very similar way the frame suspension. A lot of the suspension is interchangeable on the 12 gen, 11 gens. But 12 gen to me is 11. It's like 11 gen, but better in every way. Major pro is Coyote. Also, you got 3.5 EcoBoost that makes a lot of power. Now in this era, I think they had a lot of issue with the 3.5 EcoBoost. They had problems with the turbos and stuff. But the American class in Gen 1 Coyote, I mean, it makes serious power. Like night and day difference compared to the old trucks. I mean, you take a Coyote and you could probably get a truck like mine or a 10 gen, like a 2-car head start, and it's gonna just fly by. I mean, it's night and day. Now 13 gen, 13 gen is if I'm not mistaken, that's 15 all the way to 20, maybe 21. I maybe got that wrong. By 15 all the way to 20. In my personal opinion, 13 gen, 15 to 17 is probably the best F-150 they ever made. Generation 2 Coyote, they were still 6-speed at the time, but the Generation 2 Coyote can able to hold up more power. Also, it's more aftermarket support for that. It's more stylish. That's when they had the panoramic roof and all the effects electronics. I mean, the interior got better. Everything about the 13 gen got better. The 13 gen is probably, from 15 to 17, which that's not actually 15 to 17 is when they had the Gen 2 Coyote. They did a refresh on it in 18 to 21, I want to believe, or 18 to 20. They did a refresh. That's when they started putting the 10-speed transmissions in there. So Ford began, like, at this time when they started putting the Gen 3 Coyote engines, it started making serious power. That's when they started making it in the 400 range then. This F-150 right here got tons of aftermarket support. They make every lift kit for it. Every company pretty much makes a lift kit for it. It rides good. All the fancy electronics. If you can afford it, in my personal opinion, the best bang for your buck is 15 to 17. Well, that's at that time they Generation 2 6-speed. But I personally believe the 15 to 17 is probably the best way to go on the F-150 as far as like the bang for the buck. You can't go wrong with the 13 gen. 13 gen all the way around is just good, especially if you get the 10 speed, and that's the 18 on up. It's amazing truck. Now the new generation, if y'all didn't know, Ford came out with a 14 gen now. A 14 gen is pretty much another. I consider it like more of another refresh of the 13 gen. They kind of took the styling from the new Power Stroke, new Super Duties, and kind of did the design with the headlights and did the design on the side where. The new Power Strokes have the what it says F250 on the side. I know now the new F150 says that's on F150s on the side. 14 gen is the best of the best. Them trucks are still running 45,000 on up. Well over 45,000 on up. They got all the basic, self-parking, pretty much all the electronics on it. Can't go wrong with a 14 gen. That's the newest and newest. That's the best of what Ford got to offer right now. And for the price, considering a 13 gen for the 14 gen, I honestly believe there's not much of an upgrade, in my personal opinion, from a 13 gen from a 14. Some people may, it's got a few more bells and whistles on electronics and stuff like that. But for like drivability and modifying, because this is really talking about modifying the truck, the 13 gen is really the way to go with modifying truck. It looks good. It's got the power. It's got everything. So on this list right here of all the generations I have talked about, in my personal opinion, if you get a 5.3 valve 11 gen, that's the worst of the worst on this list. Probably the 10th gen would be above the 11 gen if you consider that right there. Now 10th gen don't have much aftermarket support as much as 11 gen do, but you know, you really kind of, when it comes to modifying, you can do more with 11 gen, but when it comes to reliability, the 10th gen is just more reliable. So I definitely the 10th gen, 11 gen is either way. It can go either way. Me personally, in my personal opinion, you know, I got 11 gen. I'd rather have 11 gen than 10th gen because I just don't like the way 10th gens really look like. You know, some people can agree, some people might love them, but 10th gen just being as round it is, I like a more boxy style vehicle. I would rather go with 11 gen. And 12 gen is very good. You know, 12 gen is, it's amazing. But if you can afford a 13 gen, really 13 gen is really the way to go. So this is the King Boy channel right here. Your like, share, subscribe, comment down below. You know, did this help you in any ways you're picking the right F-150? Like I say, 13 gen is the way to go, in my personal opinion. From the bang for the buck. If you can't afford it, where the 13 gen is a little pricey, the 12 gen is not a bad. But I won't go no lower than the 12 gen when it comes to the new F-150s. Because 12 gen on us, when Ford became very reliable, they started fixing the issues and stuff. I know the Gen 1 car, they had a few, you know, it had its few kinks and stuff in it. Yeah, compared to like the other generation, like the 10th gens and stuff, and the 11 gen, it's night and day difference. So yeah, this is the King Boy channel. I hope y'all like this video. Comment down below if y'all want me to continue to make information a video. And also the other brands out there, GM and Dodge. I'm gonna make a video about y'all too. Been in the lifted truck game for a long time now. And I pretty much know everything about every lifted truck there is, from GM to Dodge to Toyota. I know pretty much everything what they're doing on these trucks right here and the new trends and stuff they're running. But yeah, this is the King Boy channel. Comment down below if y'all like this video and if you want us to continue to make it. Next video I'll probably have my brother inside of it because, you know, he's a Chevrolet guy and he could probably explain a little bit more than I could. But yeah, this is the King Boy channel and we out.
Get this shit I done seen. Young boy done turned to a king. Then that boy J got a lot of cream. How that boy living out our dreams. Tryna figure out how to be mixed. He boy with some chicks on a light chick. I heard that boy time for a nice chick. Tryna see this shit clear through the chrome specs. They heard that boy got a water neck. The jet boy tryna find him like Nemo. When they knocking on, look through the peephole.